7 years into running my credit repair company, I had 7,000 clients, real revenue, and I was more burned out than I had ever been in my life. From the outside, everything looked like it was working. The business was growing, revenue was strong, I had a team. By every external measure, I was successful. But I knew something was deeply wrong. I just couldn't figure out what it was yet. By the end of this episode, you will. What's up? Welcome back to the Credit Repair Junkies podcast. I'm your host, Bruce Politano. Today, I'm going personal. I'm going to walk you through the exact moment I realized I wasn't building a business. I was building a job, a really exhausting, all-consuming job that I could not leave even if I wanted to. If you're building your credit repair business right now, this episode is for you. So let's get into it. Let me paint you a picture of what 7 years in actually looked like. My phone started before 7 a.m. Client questions coming in, billing issues to resolve, an escalation from a client who was frustrated that a deletion hadn't happened yet, a lead from yesterday wanting to get back on the phone, a team member who needed me to make a call on something, a dispute file I had to review personally, and it was 7:15 in the morning. By noon, I had done a full day's work for 3 different people, but I was still the only one who could do what I did. Not because I was some kind of genius, but because the entire operation ran on my knowledge, my relationships, my judgment, and my personal presence. 7,000 clients and the whole thing ran on me. Now, I did not set out to build it that way. Nobody does. You start a credit repair business, and in the beginning, doing everything yourself makes complete sense. You know the work, you do it right. Clients are happy, revenues grow, so you keep going. You keep being the person who answers every call, closes every sale, reviews every dispute, handles every escalation, because it works. But there's a trap built into that approach, and that trap is invisible until you are already in it. I'll tell you about the moment I finally saw it. A mentor of mine asked me a question, simple question. He said, Bruce, if you took 4 full weeks off right now, completely off, no calls, no emails, no checking in at all, what would happen to your business? And I started to answer. I started to say something like, oh, we'd be fine. We have a team in place. And then I stopped mid-sentence because I knew it was not true. If I took 4 weeks off, the business would not just slow down, it would fall apart. Clients would leave, my team would have nobody making real decisions, revenue would crater within 2 weeks, maybe sooner. And here's the part that really got me. In 7 years, I had never taken 4 weeks off. I had barely taken 4 days off, and not because I love the grind, but because the business cannot run without me being there, period. My mentor looked at me and said something I still think about today. He said, Bruce, you don't own a business. You own a job. And the scary part is you cannot even quit. Let that land. You can't even quit. If you own a job, you're actually in the worst position than someone who works for someone else. At least they can give a 2-week notice. You can't leave. You are the business. If you walk away, it's over. That was the moment. That was the day I finally understood what I had actually built. Now, I want you to understand why this happens, because it is not stupidity and it is not laziness. It is a natural outcome of building a credit repair business the way most people would build one. Think about it this way. Building your credit repair business around yourself is like filling a bucket with a hole in the bottom. Revenue keeps coming in, clients keep being added, the bucket keeps filling, but you can never stop pouring because the second you stop, the bucket empties. The business doesn't retain anything that does not depend on you actively putting it in. You can pour faster, you can work harder, you can add more clients, but the structure has a hole in it. And until you fix the hole, you're not actually building anything. You're just sustaining something. That is what I had built, and it took me 7 years to see it. So what did I actually do about it? I'll tell you what changed things, because I've watched enough credit repair business owners make the same mistake I made to know what works and what doesn't. The first thing was documentation. I started writing down everything I did, every process, every decision, every script, every system, the dispute workflow, the sales script, the client communication cadence, the escalation path, the onboarding checklist, the cancellation process. Everything that lived in my head had to come out of my head and get written down somewhere. That sounds obvious. It is not obvious when you're in the middle of running a busy business. When you're buried, documentation feels like a luxury. It feels like something you do when you have time, and you never have time. But here's the real reason you avoid it. It is not time. It's that as long as the knowledge only exists in your head, you are irreplaceable. And being irreplaceable feels like job security, except you are the boss. So you are not securing your job. You are building your own cage. Writing everything down was the first step towards building something that could exist without me. It took months, but at the end of those months, I had something that could actually be taught, something someone else could follow, something that did not require me to personally be present for every single decision. And this next one is the reason most credit repair business owners are still personally processing disputes 3 years in. The second thing was real delegation. And I want to be specific about what I mean, because most credit repair business owners think they're delegating when they are really just handing things off and hoping. Hey, can you handle this? That's not delegation. That is wishing. Real delegation looks like this. Here's the task. Here's the exact process for completing it. Here's how we measure whether it was done correctly. Here's who you go to when something falls outside the normal process. Here's what a great outcome looks like, and here's what a bad one looks like. You cannot delegate what you have not documented. That is why most credit repair business owners try to hand things off, fail, get frustrated, take everything back, and stay stuck. They skipped the first step. They never wrote anything down. So when they hand something off, there's no real process to hand off, just a task and a hope. I did this too. I hired people before I built the systems, and it did not work. I had to go backwards, build the system first, then hire into them. This third one is the one I wish someone had told me in year one. I paid for it the hard way. The third thing was letting go of the revenue that was tied directly to my personal involvement. Here's where most credit repair business owners get stuck. They're usually the best salesperson in their own company. They close at a higher rate than anyone else would. They know the product. They have the credibility. And so when they think about handing that off, part of them does the math. If I close at 80% and someone else closes at 55%, I'm leaving money on the table. The math feels right, but it's wrong, because the math you are not doing is the ceiling. At 80%, the ceiling is what you can physically handle in a day. At 55%, your ceiling is gone. You can train more closers, take more calls simultaneously, build a real sales team. The 25% difference close rate is not a loss. It is a cost of scale. It is buying back your own time and removing the single biggest constraint your business has, which is you. The moment I stopped tying revenue to my personal presence was the moment my first credit repair company started becoming an actual business instead of a well-dressed job. Now, here's what I want you to take from all of this. I'm on my second credit repair company. This one has over 6,000 active clients in it. I built it differently from day one. Documentation before I needed, systems before the team, delegation decisions made early, not when I was already drowning, letting go of personal revenue sooner, not after 7 years. And the result is a business I can actually step away from, one that does not require me holding it up every single day. So here's the question I want you to ask yourself right now. If you got sick tomorrow and could not work for 30 days, what would happen? If the honest answer is it would fall apart, that is your gap. Not more leads, not a better sales script, the foundation, the systems, the documented process, the structure that lets someone else do the work without you supervising it every moment of it. You don't have to solve that today, but you need to know it is the goal, because if you don't know what you're building towards, you will default to building whatever is directly in front of you. And what is directly in front of you right now is probably a very long list of things to do yourself. Build the business, not the job. 7 years in, 7,000 clients, and I had to admit I had not built a business. I had built an incredibly complex, incredibly expensive job, one I could not leave. The turning point was not a strategy change or a new marketing tactic. It was a single question. What happens if you are gone? If the honest answer is it falls apart, you are not the owner of a business, you are the engine of one. Engines do not get days off. Your goal is not to become indispensable to your credit repair business. Your goal is to build something that runs whether you are there or not. That is the difference between a business and a job. Know which one you are building today. Now, before I let you go, a couple of things. If you're just getting started or you're thinking about starting your own credit repair business, grab our free ebook called the 7-Day CRO. It walks you step by step through exactly how to launch your credit repair business. You can grab it at creditrepairjunkies.com/7-day CRO/download. And if you want live weekly coaching and training to grow your credit repair business, come join our free community, the CRJ Academy. We do live coaching calls, weekly training sessions, and you get access to a whole community of credit repair business owners who are building right alongside you. Come join us at creditrepairjunkies.com/community. And to learn more about everything Credit Repair Junkies has to offer, head over to creditrepairjunkies.com. All the links are down in the description and in the show notes. Thanks for listening. Keep building, and I'll see you next week.